The World Cup just changed the rules, like actually changed them. Not a tweak, not a small adjustment. A full overhaul, 7 major new rules that are already causing chaos on the pitch and confusion in the stands. Some of these rules make total sense. Some of them will get a player sent off for something you've watched happen in every single game for the last 30 years. And one of them is literally called the Vinicius Law. We're going to break every single one down, fast, no fluff. By the end of this video, you'll know more about the 2026 World Cup rules than most professional commentators. Let's go. Rule number 1, the mouth rule. Yes, really, here's where it gets interesting. Cover your mouth during a confrontation with another player. Not a conversation, a confrontation, and you get a straight red card. Gone, done. See you later. This one has a name in football circles. They're calling it the Vinicius Law. During a Champions League match earlier this year, a Benfica player approached Vinicius Jr. and allegedly directed racial abuse at him, while covering his mouth with his shirt, so lip readers and cameras couldn't catch what was said. FIFA saw that and said, enough. So now, mouth covered plus confrontation equals red card. No debate, no review. The logic is simple. If you're not hiding something, why are you hiding your mouth? In practice, this one's going to be wild to watch. Players have covered their mouths during arguments for literally decades. That habit ends now. Rule number 2. The walk-off is now a walk-off. This one came straight out of the Africa Cup of Nations final. Senegal's players, unhappy with a penalty call, walked off the pitch in protest. Not for a minute, for nearly 15 minutes. The match was held hostage. It was embarrassing for everyone involved. So FIFA said, fine. Walk off the pitch in protest. Red card. And your coach or staff who encouraged the walkout, also in trouble. And if you cause the match to be abandoned entirely, your team forfeits. Full stop. In theory, this sounds obvious. In practice, players have been doing dramatic walkouts since football was invented. Now it carries a straight red. That's a significant deterrent. This is one of those rules where FIFA finally decided to stop being polite about it. Rule number 3, the countdown clock. You know the type. A midfielder gets the ball for a throw-in, looks around, bounces it, looks around again, stares into the middle distance, 45 seconds later finally throws it. That era is over. Referees can now trigger a 5-second visual countdown, hand raised, fingers going down, for throw-ins and goal kicks that are taking too long. If the clock hits 0 and you haven't restarted, possession switches to the other team. And for goal kicks specifically, if the keeper is wasting time, the other team gets a corner. This sounds simple. It isn't. Teams have used slow restarts as a tactical weapon forever. To reset the shape, run down the clock, break the opponent's momentum. All of that is now on a 5-second timer. Expect to see a lot of this in the first week of the tournament. Rule number 4, the 10-second substitution. You've seen this 100 times. A player gets substituted in the 88th minute. He gets a hug from every teammate, walks slowly across the full length of the pitch, shakes the manager's hand, has a seat, takes a sip of water. 4 minutes have been wasted. Not anymore. Once the substitution board goes up, the player leaving has 10 seconds to exit at the nearest touchline. Nearest touchline. You walk the wrong way? Still 10 seconds. If they miss the window, their replacement cannot enter until the next stoppage, at least a minute later. So the team plays with 10 men in a World Cup knockout game. Because someone decided to take a leisurely stroll. Players are going to sprint off that pitch. Watch. Rule number 5, the fake injury penalty. Football has had a fake injury problem since the beginning of time. A player goes down. Medical staff run on. Treatment happens on the pitch. Meanwhile, everyone else just stands around. Clock keeps running. Added time just keeps growing. Under the new rules, any outfield player who receives on-field treatment from medical staff must leave the pitch for 1 minute after play resumes. 1 full minute off the field, watching from the sideline. There are exceptions: head injuries, serious collisions, suspected concussions. But the classic, "oh my ankle, oh wait I'm fine now" move, that gets you benched for 60 seconds. Here's where it gets interesting. If the goalkeeper gets injured, the outfield players cannot go to the sideline for tactical advice during treatment. They have to stay on the pitch. No accidental team meeting disguised as a goalkeeper injury. FIFA has seen every trick in the book. We'll keep you covered. Rule number 6. VAR got an upgrade. VAR was already controversial. Now it has more power. And somehow also, it's supposed to be faster. 3 new situations where VAR can now intervene. First, wrong player gets carded. Mistaken identity. If the ref sends off the wrong guy, VAR can fix it. Second, a second yellow that was clearly incorrect, the one that triggers an automatic red, can now be reviewed and overturned. Third, corner kicks that were wrongly awarded can be reversed, but only if it can be done immediately, without delaying the restart. And the offside technology, completely overhauled. The system now uses 3D avatars, actual body scans of every player in the tournament, to track limb positions in real time. When someone is clearly offside by more than 10 centimeters, the system sends an instant audio alert to the referee. No manual line drawing, no 5-minute delay. In theory, this makes offside decisions faster and more accurate. In practice, we'll see how fans feel when a toe cancels a World Cup goal. Rule number 7. The heat break. This one's a bit different. Not about behavior, not about technology, just about common sense. The 2026 World Cup is being held across North America in the middle of summer. It is going to be hot, really hot. So FIFA has mandated a 3-minute hydration break in each half, around the 22nd and 67th minutes. That's it. Players get water, referees get water, everyone breathes for 3 minutes. Given some of the venues, this isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. So let's bring it back to where we started. The World Cup changed the rules, 7 of them, and every single one targets something that's been a problem in football for years. Racism hidden behind a jersey, teams wasting time to protect a lead, fake injuries running down the clock, players strolling off the pitch when they should be jogging. Here's the real question. Will players actually adapt? Or will the first week of this tournament be chaos, while everyone figures out what's allowed? My prediction: someone gets a red card for covering their mouth in the first 3 days. Guaranteed. If you want to be the person explaining all of this to everyone else this summer, subscribe. New video every week.